Ladies and gentlemen, the Xbox Series S continues to be a very popular topic in the gaming industry. The Xbox Series S is loved by Xbox fans. We praise the console. We say it was a great decision that Xbox decided to do two different SKUs, a powerful console and a less powerful console, to cater to the casuals, or maybe just the gamers that don't care about 4K. They don't care about all of that power. They just want to play their games. So the Xbox Series S, yes, it is that console that people love to talk about. And because of the Xbox Series S, Xbox is selling quite well. Not just in the States, it's selling well all over the world at the moment. I mean, places like Japan, where Xbox usually sells terrible. I mean, they're not selling great in Japan, but they're selling better than they were before. The Xbox Series X and S has already surpassed the Xbox One lifetime sales in Japan. So there's a lot of positive things going around with the Xbox brand. And because of the sales, there's so many different PlayStation fanboys crying about the Xbox Series S. You know, I was on Twitter a couple days ago and my boy Xbot448, he was looking at the sales charts where it shows that Xbox has outsold the PlayStation last week worldwide. Also in North America, it outsold the PlayStation. So Xbot448, he said, I need an explanation here. If people buy consoles for those AAA bangers and Xbox hasn't released a first-party game this year, how are they moving so many units? LOL. Now he's asking a question, but also he's definitely talking a little shit. There's nothing wrong with talking a little shit, right? Now, because he asked this question, the person that responded, let me say this. I used to be a huge fan of this guy's content. I cannot deny that. I will never deny that. That's my past. I was a huge fan of this guy's content when he was an Xbox fanboy. And he said a lot of crazy things while being on the Xbox side in the past. But now he has flipped. He became an Xbox basher. He's bashing Xbox. He's praising PlayStation. That's what he does now. So, the Mooch responded to Xbox448. He said, I almost think the Series S should be counted separately from the Series X. Some games hitting 540p and some having a hard time getting 1080p. It's a nice device, but it's not apples to apples with Xbox Series X and PS5. Just my 2 cents. Now, this guy, he's well within his right to state his opinion. But I'm noticing something. There's a new narrative brewing in the PlayStation community. That new narrative is the Xbox Series S should not be counted with the Xbox Series sales. They should be separated from the Xbox Series X. Interesting. So, because the Xbox Series S is more available, it's cheaper, it's a less powerful console, they're feeling the sales should be separated between the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. I have seen this a lot lately from PlayStation fanboys. Even this guy, Mambo King, the Series S and Series X are two different consoles. So why put their sales together? I never heard this narrative last generation with the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S. I didn't hear that narrative. Do you know why I didn't hear that narrative? Because the Xbox One never outsold PlayStation pretty much the whole generation, even for a week. Maybe they won an MPD here and there, but they haven't sold well. It didn't sell well. But now that the Xbox Series is selling well, oh no. It's only selling because of the Xbox Series S, and they should separate them. Wow. The PS4 Pro, the PS4, two different consoles, one more powerful than the other. They didn't say they should separate those consoles. Like I mentioned, the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S, they didn't say they should separate those consoles. They don't say Apple should separate all of their different versions of their phones. These are things these guys don't say, but when it comes to Xbox, they want things to be separated. Something tells me if the Xbox Series was selling like shit, they will be fine with the two SKUs being together. It's only because they're selling well, with no AAA first-party games. Yes, that's the narrative now, ladies and gentlemen. They will always move the narrative. They will always change the narrative because that's what they do. That's what they do. All of their narratives is dead except for Xbox has no games. Now, unfortunately, I thought that narrative would be dead by now, but after two big AAA games being delayed in 2020, us Xbox fans, yes, we have to continue to hear Xbox has no games from these PlayStation fanboys. So, we all know how bright the future looks, but that's something we have to deal with for the moment. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. Now, back to these PlayStation fanboys. I can't believe these guys just won't say, wow, the Xbox is selling much better than I expected it to. The Xbox Series is actually doing well for the Xbox brand. They can't say that. They refuse to say that. They go trying to find these different technicalities to say, oh, yo, the Xbox is selling well, but they shouldn't count the Xbox Series S. The Xbox is selling well only because the PlayStation 5 has stock issues. It's okay to say Xbox is doing something okay. I mean, it's okay to admit that they're doing some things good. It's not going to hurt you. Me, as a guy that actually recently bought a PS5, I like the PlayStation brand. And I will give the PlayStation brand credit when they deserve credit. I will criticize Xbox when they deserve criticism. But these guys refuse. And it's funny coming from a guy that was a diehard Xbox fanboy. Now, I know some people are going to say, Dirt, but he had a change of heart. Hey, that's absolutely fine to have a change of heart. But sometimes I question these guys. I just question them, like, how authentic are these guys? If you go from one side of the fence, a complete Xbox fanboy, saying how you question kids in GameStops about buying in Japan a Japanese product over an American product, but now you are bashing the American product and loving the Japanese product. Then, to 4 or 5 years later, praising everything from the PlayStation when you hated everything from the PlayStation. Now you love everything from the PlayStation. You used to love everything on Xbox. Now you hate everything on Xbox. Make it make sense to me. Do you know why I never have to worry about people putting up some shit that I said in the past? Because I'm authentic. What I say is what I mean. I'm real. This is my true feelings. I am a true Xbox fan. I don't go back and forth or none of that shit. So these guys are just being exposed, and it's funny. But look, I have to get out of here. Xbox Series S should be separated. Wow, that's crazy. Look, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you happen to stumble across my channel, you think I'm decent enough, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? And if you subscribe, please hit that notification bell to know what my black ass is doing to new content, baby. All right, everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love. Shit. Damn, man.